Are we live?
Just about. Hey, we are now. I just have to find you. Where are you? I want to see your face.
Can you click the little Zoom button at the bottom?
Yeah, which is where?
At your bottom bar, like where you would click Chrome.
Yeah.
Got it?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we're live. Welcome, everybody. We are so excited. I love working with my daughter. And so if you don't know us, my name is Lori Welch. I'm part of your Diamond Upline. And this is my beautiful daughter, Amber Miller. And one of the joys of this business that you are setting up is that you get to work with people that you love, respect, and admire and have fun with. And so, so I'm so happy to be doing this together today. And I want to tell you, our vision for you, our goal for you is to let you know that this business and Plexus and this opportunity and these steps that we're going to give you in how to grow an amazing business are very attainable. There is no difference between us or anyone else that you see that's a jewel that's making the 6-figure-a-year income, the 7-figure-a-year income. If that is your goal, which I really hope that it is your goal, there's no difference between them and you, really. We started off, I want to tell you guys our story because we started off in a position, I think it's really easy to look at people that have reached a certain success level and think that they came into this business with some sort of skill set. They didn't. What they came into this business with is a mindset, and a mindset that had to be developed and grown along the way. And that's what you're going to hear over and over again from everyone that's reached this level of success. And so we are going to tell you our story because hopefully that's going to be relatable to you. And our stories are very different from each other. And that's part of the reason why people really like us together, because we are going to cover the gamut for you. And so this series is entitled How to Hustle. It is not the business that's the problem, it's people that are. And so once again, we just want to equip you in every possible way. We're going to give you the vision, we're going to give you the mindset, we're going to give you the steps. There's going to be some homework along the way. And we just are going to be here to cheer you on all the way through. And so first, let me tell you my story. So I started Plexus when I was just a stay-at-home mom. I wasn't interested in the products or the business at all. In fact, my first reaction to my daughter, Amber, telling me that she had started any sort of a business was, oh dear, my baby got involved in one of those things. And it's basically, I'm such a crunchy, holistic person. You guys have no idea. You come into my house, I'm going to take everything away from you and give you all brand new stuff. And I'm going to make you into the best you health-wise that you can possibly be, because I'm that kind of friend. I had a friend over here one time, she spent the weekend with us, her and her kids, and she came out with her toothbrush with toothpaste. She was going to brush her teeth before she went to bed. And I said, "You're not going to brush your teeth with that, are you?" And she was about to put it in her mouth. And she was like, "I guess not. What am I supposed to use?" And so these products, I came into this Plexus experience with the nutrition background, with the fitness background, with the health background, but these products completely changed everything for me. I was at a place where the first time in my life, I really wasn't feeling well, and I wasn't able to lose weight. I wasn't able to keep my fitness program going. I wasn't sleeping well at night. I had digestive issues, and I figured that was just being 45 and being a grandma, and I just needed to accept those facts and that I was getting older. Now I can tell you at almost 50, mom of 4, grandma of almost 7, that I feel the same way or better than I did in my 30s. And so that's what these products did for me. I first got interested in the business once Amber got me the exposure to how this business actually works, how the compensation plan worked. And since I was the type of person that loved to help people, once I saw, you know, you can make 300,000 a year, you can make 400,000 a year. I was a busy homeschooling mom, but I suddenly became a whole lot less busy, right? Because I saw the vision for what these products and this business could do for other people. And so Amber's going to tell her story too, but let me tell you that my story is, even though I was a stay-at-home mom for 25 years, at one point in time I did work, and at 18 years old, I got told if I did XYZ, I could make $100,000 a year or more, and I did it. And what it was at that point in time was selling mutual funds. And it was completely commission based, and I did a really great job doing that, just by following steps. And so I ended up being able to be a stay-at-home mom, and that was a blessing, but I had that in my memory bank. I had it in my memory bank that if other people could do it, I could do it, and that if I applied myself to the steps, I would be successful. And so that is why I chose to run with the business once I saw what the business actually was. But Amber's story was a little bit different.
Well, thank you. I'm so excited to be on this and do this with you too, Mom. I love doing things together. And I love your story because it's so inspiring that you can just run. And how quick did you go to Diamond?
A year.
A year. So you were Diamond in a year after joining Plexus and running this business. So that's incredible. My story was the exact opposite. They started the same. I needed these products. I had really bad, significant health issues. I had seasonal issues to where I couldn't even be outside for longer than 10, 15 minutes at a time. I live in the backwoods of Tennessee now after growing up in California, and it is miserable in the spring and fall, if you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Where our pollen count is one of the highest in the countries. So I was indoors. I was working with master nutritionalists and holistic doctors. I had been seeing doctors, allergy doctors since I was 9, going through all these different things. At one point, I was on 5 different inhalers and 2 different steroids, all like just a crazy mess. But I was never getting any progress or results. So when Plexus was brought to me, it was a really good friend, and she said, I think these products can help you. I was skeptical at first, but after she kept sharing, I decided to give them a try, and I'm so glad I did. And then after I started to get health results with the products, she said, you know, you can make a little extra income with this. I was doing 3 different little side hustle things with my 15-month-old son, trying to make a little bit of extra guilt-free shopping money. You ladies know what I'm talking about. My husband was working so hard, and I just wanted to go into Target and buy some things and shop a little bit with some fun money. So that was my goal at first. And then watching other people around me, I started to see the potential for this business. I started to see that, hey, this could be more than fun money, and other people were making significant income. And I had that same thought that if they could do it, I could do it too, right? I mean, we all know that. But what happened to me was that after I started to share and apply myself a little bit, I started to have mindset blocks come up because of things that, like someone saying no. Oh my gosh, it was so hard for me if someone said no to these products or they didn't like the flavor or something like that. I had not learned to separate myself from those responses, that someone wasn't saying no to me. They were just not interested in the product. It wasn't to myself. I hadn't learned how to have a strong mindset yet. I didn't have a lot of experience like Mom had experiences. And so I quit. I actually quit sharing Plexus and said, this business isn't for me. It was too difficult and I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it is what I said. And I walked away. I was going to keep taking my products, but not do the business. And my mom finally gave me that kick in the rear, that light the fire that we want to give you guys, and said, hey, you basically, you're really dumb to walk away from this. And she said, I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap, because that was her mom line to me all growing up, her fun mom line. If you say that this doesn't work for you one more time, or that you can't do this one more time, because that was a choice I was making. It wasn't reality. It was a choice I was making. And I started to read personal growth and grow my mindset and gain the skills and become a student of the profession, and grow myself really was a huge part of it. And then 2.5 years later, I was able to hit diamond, and have been diamond ever since, and retire my husband, and now get to give all of that growth and the skills and lessons that I've learned and do my very best. One thing Mom and I are so passionate about, and we keep talking about, is trying to impart all of this to you guys, because we know it makes the biggest difference of whether you're going to succeed or not, is really your mindset and what you think you're capable of. So if you're watching this and you're just, I don't know if I can, I understand. I was there. I didn't think I could. But I was able to once I applied myself and decided that I was going to. So you can too. But that's my slow start, but it eventually ended up in the same place. Story.
Yeah, and now she's amazing, and she lives a dream lifestyle, able to retire her husband at
25
years old. He's able to be home. They are buying a big piece of property, going to have a cattle farm, his dream, her dream. And so that's what I want to talk to you guys about. Okay, first off, we love the book Get Over Your Damn Self, and a lot of what we are going to be talking about is based on that book, because so many people have said, and I agree with it, if I could write a book on my story and on the story of everyone's success and the critical things that you need to know, that would be the book. Like, mic drop. Other books are helpful, but that one is just amazing. And so I kept reading it and identifying with every single thing that she said. And so I really want to tell you guys, she says there's 4 main reasons why people don't succeed. Amber touched on one of them, and she's going to expand a little bit on it later. But the first one is they are not coachable. Okay. I believe mindset is everything. Part of the reason I decided to do this business is because I caught the last 15 minutes of a training meeting that Sonia Dudley was holding, that Amber actually begged me and pleaded with me to go to, because I thought I didn't have time for this business, right? I went to the last 15 minutes, and what I heard everyone telling Sonia why they were having problems, why they didn't feel they were successful, why they hadn't reached gold yet, why they hadn't reached senior gold yet. And when I listened to what they said, I thought, dude, okay, I'm gonna say dude right now. Might not be professional, but I thought, for real, like, you guys want to make $300,000 a year, but you don't think that you need to follow up with people 8 to 12 times? You don't think that you need to show up for yourself in your business on a daily basis? You don't think you need to be a student of this profession? You don't want to learn the steps that you need to learn in order to do this business. And that's what it comes down to. And I think there's a really sad thing that happens in our society. It happens through the school system. It happens through parents that really mean well. I know that Amber has shared some things that I've damaged her with. So, like, I'm guilty about it too. But where we limit a person's mind in what they think is attainable for them. And so you can succeed in this business in Plexus by merely doing the steps and by following the coaching. You can. We have every step, every resource, everything. Amber just created this amazing thing, how to start, what to do exactly. And you can succeed that way. You can. But the biggest way I want you to succeed, and the biggest thing I want you to get from this training, is that it's all in your mind. For real. It completely is all in your mind. So being willing to be coachable sometimes is going to touch on some areas and some really long held beliefs that you have that are wrapped up in fear. And there are ways to get past that if you're willing to actually take a look at them. And one of the things that Amber and I talked about this weekend in preparation for today is we talk, and I think it's important to touch on, I want to get to all 4 steps in your homework, but is the fact that sometimes when you perceive somebody as rejecting you in the response that they're giving to you when you're reaching out to Plexus about Plexus products or the business, I can't tell you how many times I've had somebody, including Amber before in the past, show me the message that the person sent back to them. And they will say to me, this person is saying no, this person is saying blah, blah, blah. And I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh no, they're not. Like, they're not saying no at all. They're letting you know where they are in this thought process, and this is how you respond. And so that's really more about you catching your own fears and your own insecurities than you really paying attention and listening well to what people are actually responding to you with.
Can I give an example of this to try to drive it home? And so I think when we're saying be coachable, we're also saying be moldable. Let your mindset be moldable. Let you as a person know that you're going to change. Who you are right now is not going to get you to the end of this business, because we are still growing. Everybody still grows. So accept that and know that. But an example of the perception and how you perceive things. So I just messaged someone about the business yesterday because she's very interested in the products, and she said that she has to wait for her budget. And I talked to her about the business, and she said, I think I'm too busy for that because I do XYZ and da 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 da, a whole list of things. So where somebody else might have read that, me a couple years ago would have said, oh, she's not interested. Okay, don't bring it up again. But me now, I just read all the reasons why she should be doing this, because she's so busy doing all these little side things and cleaning houses on the side for extra income. So that was my, okay, great. I'm in this process with her. Now I identify more needs from this message. Mm-hmm. So it is all in our perception and how we perceive things. And that's all based on us. So yeah. Okay. I was going to give another example, but I could stop there. I think that's good. Go ahead.
So part of what we're going to be talking to you over the series of these weeks is being willing to be in a person's story that's developing with them. And that's a long way to explain follow-up, but it's what we get to do in this business, and part of being coachable is realizing that you're going to have to talk to a whole lot of people. And the more that you actually care about people and you're willing to get in their story, because that's what Amber just described. She hears all the reasons. We wake up every day. I mean, this is going to be what, my 5th trip to Hawaii or something free for Plexus. It's unbelievable, guys, because there's people there that I knew way before Plexus, and they're there with their families, and we get to all be there together. And everyone should have what we have. It's attainable. And so I know, I just talked to somebody yesterday. They told me all their pre-diabetes health issues. I see future cancer because the rates are higher. I see dementia in their future. I see that they're very sad because they have massive gut issues, and that affects their feelings. So I'm willing to be in that person's story with them all the way through to where I am hearing them tell their end story, how much better they feel. So anyway, we should probably go on. So be a coachable student of the profession, and be willing to ask your upline if you're not coachable in a certain area. And you're going to have to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot of personal growth. But remember, if you are a lawyer or a doctor or whatever, they don't even make as much as a lot of Plexus Diamonds do. They had to be uncomfortable for a while. They had to be a student. They had to be coachable. So, so be realistic in your goals. Be realistic, be dedicated to yourself. This is attainable. Okay, go on.
Coachable and be moldable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 2 is treating this business like a business. And most people don't do that. I love this one line where she says, I have it up. Okay, it's called network marketing, not net slacker marketing. And you guys, I wanted this topic because I so identify with this. I am not a red type personality where I'm going to go after what I want with just, I'm never going to back off. I am kind of more like a butterfly. I'm going to go here and there and get into this and that. But what I had to embrace and what I want you to embrace is discipline. If that is not a word you're comfortable with, learn to love it. Discipline will get you whatever you want in life, was a quote I saw one time this lady was talking about. And that was my year. 2 years ago, discipline was my year. I had it on my little custom made bag and everything. Discipline was my word because I needed to embrace it. I want you to embrace it. And treating this business like a business means applying yourself, not just when you want to and you feel motivated, but every single day, whether that's an hour a day you've given yourself, 3 hours a day broken up, or the nooks and crannies of your day, whatever it is, applying yourself every single day. A mistake people tend to make is they wait on motivation to hit. So, well, I'll do it when I feel like it, or I'll do it when I'm motivated, or I'm just not motivated enough. Motivation comes from results, and results comes from activity. And so you have to get in action. Start messaging people. Get somebody responding that they do want a sample, or yes, send them more info. And that will light that fire under you for motivation. But what we also want to talk about is auditing yourself and where you spend your time. So a big mistake people make in this industry, because we don't have a boss, because we are our own boss, because we don't have someone making sure our paper is due or that job has to be done by Friday, there's no time restraints on us, that we tend to just do the easy work or the fun work or the managing work and not do the real work. So you guys checking in on your downline and seeing how they're doing all the time as an excuse to not message new people is something that people get into. Finding the right planner, finding the right follow-up system, organizing your desk, making pretty graphics. Those are all maybe necessary at their right time in little bits, but the 80% of your time should be on talking to new people, talking to the people in your funnel, following up, having those conversations, and training your brand new ambassadors and equipping them and getting work. That's where 80% of your time should be. So one of the audits, one of the homeworks I want you guys, the assignment we want you guys to do this week is to take a time audit of your activity. Okay, this is kind of dorky, but I have a whiteboard right here, and I wrote all my notes for this thing because I love a whiteboard for some reason. So occasionally I will take my whiteboard out during my work time and write down, okay, 10 o'clock. And then I'll do something, and before I move on, I write down what I did, and I'm time auditing myself to check, where am I losing this? Where am I not focusing on real work? Because maybe I want to avoid it because it's uncomfortable, which is our next topic. But yeah, so number 2, treat this business like a business. Time audit yourself. Make sure you're doing the real work and you're really applying yourself even when you don't want to. And we'll talk about why you do it when you don't want to in a little bit. But moving on to point number 3, reason number 3 people fail is that they're not willing to get uncomfortable. I feel like I could cry on this topic because, you guys, I was not willing to get uncomfortable. The reason this industry is hard, it's simple and with the steps, but it's hard in us because we don't like putting ourselves out there. Because we have so been taught by society and people to put this hard shell. Don't ever be vulnerable. Don't ever put yourself out there because someone might say no or something that hurts your feelings. So we don't want to be vulnerable. But in this business, we have to put ourselves out there. We have to message a new person. We have to ask if they're interested. We have to follow up for them. We have to be in the process. We have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable and doing those new things. Remember when we said be moldable? This is what we're talking about. You might have to break down some of those scary barriers that you have, those protection barriers against yourself, to be able to reach other people, but it's worth it. So what scares you in this business? Is it someone telling you no? Why? Are you taking it personally when they tell you no? Are you not having a different perspective? Do you need to change your perspective? What scares you? Are you worried about failure? Why are you worried about failure? Is it because you don't have any? For me, I didn't have any experience with success. So I always thought I would fail at everything because I had tried so many different things. So I that was in my mind, and I had to learn to rewrite that no, I don't fail. I can succeed. So I want you to kind of identify areas that you're uncomfortable with, and how can you get comfortable with it? How can you push your comfort zone out and expand it? Because really those two go hand in hand, right, Mom? Your comfort zone, how wide and big your comfort zone is really how wide and big your business is going to be. We have to do things. Someone challenged me a couple weeks ago and said, when's the last time that you did something uncomfortable as a diamond? When's the last time you did? I had to think about it because I am so comfortable messaging and doing the work, right? So even we have to push ourselves. So one of your things I want you to do, another assignment, is to do something uncomfortable this week. Is it messaging someone you're nervous about? Is it following up with someone that maybe told you no, but you know they need these products? Is it doing a three-way call, three-way chat? What is it? Do something uncomfortable this week and expand your comfort zone. So.
Yeah, and something else that's really great to do that's uncomfortable is messaging somebody on your chicken list. Mm-hmm. And I can't tell you how many times, once again, we project our own fears on other people that don't have them. Okay, so signing up people better than yourself is a huge tip that we can give you right off the bat. Not being afraid to reach out to those people. You know what? I've had a few people this past week reach out to me. They're doing fundraising. One of them is selling radio ads, and the other one is trying to raise money for an MMA fighter for his fight coming up. They asked me to do something. I respect that. Guess what, you guys? You're a business owner. You're a business owner. You're not asking to borrow a cup of sugar from your neighbor, okay? There is no shame in anything that we do. People need these products and people want this business. Mm-hmm. So be uncomfortable, do it scared, but know that there is so much power behind what you are doing. So the last step that we are going to talk to you about, the last reason people fail actually from those 4 reasons, not being coachable, not treating this like a business, not being willing to get uncomfortable, is they are not hungry enough. So they're not hungry enough. They don't want the income bad enough. They don't want the business bad enough. They haven't identified, or they haven't identified with their why, really, is what it is. And your why will evolve the longer that you are in this business, but your why is really important. In the beginning, my why for myself was a why not. Like, why in the world would I not do this? I completely see this opportunity. I know that it's 100% attainable. I know the only thing that separates me and the end goal is my work, and I love what I'm about to do. I love it. I love helping people. I love helping people with the products. I love them getting better, and I love helping people with the business now. And so my why has evolved into everyone's story. Like when Amber tells her story and just realizing the impact on her family, the opportunity that Amber and I have for you today to get you to that point where you are willing to do these steps and become a student of the process and the industry and the business and Plexus and do the work. So Amber just recently had some people do a video that was actually really, really powerful. I actually did it myself in this group. And I don't know if it was her idea, but I didn't expect it to be as powerful as it was. And this is going to be part of your homework assignment, okay? And we recorded our why, which you may have done before. We videotaped it 3 minutes or less, but we talked to ourselves. And so I did a video where I talked to myself, Lori, about what my why is right now. And it made me cry and it definitely reached my emotions. I see that Amber, everyone that I watched in that group, same thing. So what we are going to ask you to do is to do a video like that. To Lori, from Lori. Go ahead, Amber.
Okay, so with the video, we want you to identify your reason. The reason you're getting out of bed, the reason you're doing something uncomfortable, the reason you want this, and talk to yourself. So Amber, the reason you're doing this is X, Y, Z. If you don't do this, you're not going to be able to see your and then go from there. So an example really quick, there was a man who went to a doctor to get a heart test. This is a true story. And his doctor understood the power of the reason behind just writing a prescription, right, for heart condition. The doctor sat him down after the test and said, okay, before I show you results, I want to know, do you have any children? He said, yeah, I have one 2-year-old son and a 6-month-old daughter, or daughter on the way, 6 months pregnant. He said, do you want to be at your son's graduation? And the guy said, yeah. He said, all right. Do you want to see your unborn daughter? Do you want to see her get married? He said, yes. Do you want to see her walk down the aisle? Do you want to be there when she walks down the aisle? And the guy said, yeah, what is on those tests? What are you? And the doctor said, well, according to these tests, you will not be there at your son's graduation, and a stranger will walk your daughter down the aisle if you don't change what you're doing right now. And the man said that he grabbed hold of that, and he so much believed that if he didn't change his health habits, that he would not get to experience that with his family. And so that's what made him change his health, and what got him out of bed at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym before work, and what kept him eating well. So we need you to you can't just say, I want extra income. Why? Do you want to see your husband? I want my husband to be home. Why do you want your husband to be home? What are you going to miss if you don't make this happen? You have to have that powerful reason. Visualize it. Believe it's going to actually be. I think that people don't actually believe their why is possible. And so we put a barrier around ourselves from getting to it. You create that barrier by disbelief because you don't believe it's possible. And that barrier blocks you. So I want you to break the barrier between you and your belief. And why don't you think it's possible? Because you might fail? No, you're going to keep going because that reason is strong enough. There is no anything that is, this company is 100% solid. Others have done it before. This compensation is the same for you like it is for us. These products that you offer are the same that we offer and every successful person offers. So the only third part to this 3-legged stool of success is you, and you're in control of that, and you can do the work. So your belief is 100% possible to happen. So we want to drive that home, and we want you to make this video. No time limit, because it's for you on your phone, and we want you to have someone hold you accountable and remind you of your reason. You get out of bed every morning so that your children get to know their dad. So that so that you get to experience being a family all the time and traveling. We want you to have that big reason. So
whatever your reason is.
Whatever your reason is, yeah.
Yeah. And I want to tell you that for some people, it's going to take them a little bit longer in this business than it will for other people. So if you have personal growth work to do, I want to also leave you with the fact that it is worth it. Okay, completely worth it, because it's about so much more than just this business and this income and these products. It is going to help you as a person in every single way. And so, so be willing, be all in, draw your line in the sand, commit to all of these steps. And
yeah. All right, guys. See you next week.
Thanks.
Bye.